People of color are exposed to higher levels of pollution regardless of what region they live in or their income level, and obviously this exposure can have hugely damaging impacts, whether you're talking about health, on their heart or lungs. So what has the Biden administration done so far to counter the impacts of systemic racism?
Yes, well, first of all, thank you for the question. I think you heard as the video was playing that this is a theme in the work that we are doing. One of the reasons that I am so thrilled to have the opportunity to work for this president and this administration is because environmental justice has been centered in the work that we do all across the board in the way that it integrates with everything. And the president started on the campaign trail actually recognizing the importance of this issue and the place that we are in this country and how much work is still needed to address the kind of inequities in our structures, and made some commitments to the environmental justice communities and to the public in general that we were going to make sure that communities that have historically been underinvested in receive attention, receive the resources, receive the kind of protection that our systems offer. And that's basically what we've been doing since day one. In the first week, the president issued an executive order 14088, in which it not only lays out our climate agenda and the approach that we're taking on those issues, but it specifically calls for a focus on environmental justice in ways that bring communities and community voices and lived experiences into the White House so that we are making sure that that's part of what we are considering when we are looking at policies. It created a White House Interagency Council, which is senior leadership all across the federal government that is focused on making sure that we are addressing environmental justice in each of the agencies. It's where he made the commitment on the Justice 40 initiative, where 40% of the benefits from climate and clean energy and affordable housing are directed to those disadvantaged communities. And then we have the task to create some tools that make sure that we are identifying disadvantaged communities in a consistent way, but also holding ourselves accountable for it. So the plan was laid out, and I think what we've been going about the work of doing since day one is trying to both implement it within our structures, but more importantly, and I think more will be more significant for ensuring that there are impacts, is working across the country in communities and trying to ensure that we're just taking a different view on how we examine environmental issues.